My name is Stevie Gould. I'm a student at University of San Francisco. I'm a junior there this year. It's my third year. And I'm 21 years old. And at University of San Francisco, I'm a student athlete. I'm on the men's tennis team there. What brings me here to this clinic is abused. I was sexually abused when I was 13 years old by my first tennis coach. And it left me with a lot of scars. I wasn't treating the trauma. That's kind of the basis of it. I did get into therapy starting when I was 19, I believe. So about 6 years removed from the beginning of it, which was far too late. But I began doing therapy when I was 19. I was put on antidepressants when I was 20, 21. I proceeded to throw those antidepressants out the window a couple times just because it didn't click, it didn't work. It was supposed to be a cure or a benefit, and it just wasn't working with me. I came to CIT Clinics at the recommendation of my therapist, Rick Scott. He was a huge proponent of not just the ketamine-assisted therapy, but in how CIT Clinics goes about the way that they do this ketamine therapy, and the way that it's not just a drug, it's a complete integration, as you guys call it. I could talk about it, but words certainly wouldn't do it justice. And I think that's one of the most important things that I've learned through these experiences and through Rick as well, is when I was first trying to describe it and I was trying to put words to it and I was getting really frustrated. And he just said, stop, you can't put words to it, that's kind of the point. And so while I could describe it as eye-opening and enlightening, kind of a 180 flip in a lot of different directions, I think the biggest thing to understand is that it impacts every single person differently, and you're gonna have your own personal experience with it, and it's gonna change your life in a way that's completely separate from anyone else's. And in that sense, it's a beautiful experience because it's completely unique to you. There are many things that I wanted to feel in my life, that I wanted to believe, truly believe. And there's many things that people can tell you. For instance, for me, I really wanted to believe that, I've taken what has happened in my life, the trauma in my life, and I've turned it in a direction in which I can be proud of it, and I can be proud of who I am as a person and what I've grown into be. And while I can say that all I want, there's a difference between saying it and internalizing it and feeling it. And I think there are many things in depression and anxiety that I've used to feel. And when I went through these experiences, what I felt I always wanted to believe, I started to truly feel. I had absolutely no prior history with any psychedelics in any capacity. I was really tripped out because I was kind of against drugs as a whole. I had some bad trips, whether it be on marijuana, and I was like, well, I don't know if I really want to do this. I don't know if this is right for me. I don't really want to put myself in that under the influence sort of state of mind. And so I had a lot of hesitations, but I think one of the biggest things that I thought about was, there's this quote that I really enjoy thinking about, which is, nothing changes if nothing changes. And I think going to do a ketamine-assisted therapy is a big change. There's not really a way to go around that. It's a big change, and it's something that if you're looking to do it, you're probably thinking a lot about it. And and I think while it may seem like a big step, it's going to be something that could have a reward in a sense that can be utterly life-changing. The communication between myself and you, Ollie, and between myself and my therapist and all the people that work within this clinic, that was one of the biggest things that put me at ease, is knowing that I'm not just going to be plopped in a room with a drug and told to trip out and have fun. I'm going to be guided step by step throughout this journey. The integration piece comes because of the people that work here. If you want to make a change, this is about as good a place as you can go to make one.